The following program is sponsored. The opinions and statements made by the hosts and guests do not necessarily reflect the views of WBOB or its parent company, the Chesapeake Portsmouth Broadcasting Corporation.
It's time for Real Estate Radio with Angela and Howard. Angela and Howard talk about what's new in real estate and answer your buying and selling questions. To participate in today's show, call 222-TALK. That's 222-8255. And now, here are Angela and Howard.
Good morning, Northeast Florida. It is such a beautiful Saturday morning. Did you see it outside, Howard?
I did see it.
You did?
Why are you saying it like that?
I don't know. Why not?
I don't know. Hey, it is a great Saturday morning, and you know what I think about on this Saturday morning? Not only is half the year over, but it is 4th of July weekend, and it is a 4-day weekend. Lots of people are taking the 4 days instead of perhaps 2 days or 3 days.
Yeah.
4 days. And when I think of 4th of July, I perhaps think of it differently than many other people do. I don't think of it as extra days off because, well, number one, of course, we're realtors, so we work every day. We're going to be working today, tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, to help people find homes and, of course, their houses on the market. I don't just think of it as hot dogs and hamburgers. By the way, more hot dogs get sold and eaten this weekend than any other weekend of the year. So I don't just think about it like that. I don't just think about it as fireworks, which are always fun. I don't just think about it as picnics. I think about it as, all the service people that are serving our country. And I think about what 4th of July really means. We live in an absolute wonderful, wonderful country. And we do have so many freedoms here that so many other countries don't have. I saw a piece this morning about the things that are going on between China and Hong Kong. And I thought, it's just not that way here. We have a great country where we are able to do so many things and have so many freedoms. But one of the things that bothers me is all of the political strife that is going on between the Democrats and Republicans. Whether we had Obama in office or whether we have Trump in office, we ought to come together and just say, hey, we do live in this great country, and we ought to stop fighting each other about things and just come together and say, hey, we really do have a great country. We can do so many things that we can't do in other countries because of the things that so many of our forefathers did and so many of the things that our military people did in the past. So, by the way, if you see a military person today or any other day, just tap them on the shoulder and say thank you for what you have done. And take a moment to say to your kids what the meaning of 4th of July is. And it's not necessarily about, the coming away from England, but it's about how great the country is. I mean, it is about coming away from England, but that was so long ago. But what it is a celebration about how wonderful this country is.
Okay.
All right.
The world according to Howard.
Oh, my.
You know what I think of when it's July 1st?
First, that half the day's over, half the week, a month, a year's over. What else?
Wow, you need a cup of coffee. Yes, Christmas is right around the corner.
Oh,
That's
my
what I
gosh,
thought when
stop
I heard
that.
July
Christmas
1st.
in July.
That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
So as I said, more hot dogs are eaten this weekend than any other weekend of the year. So hot dogs get sold. You know what else gets sold?
What?
Real estate gets sold. For example, I got to tell everybody about this. We put a house on the market Tuesday night. That was late Tuesday night, so a lot of realtors didn't see it.
Super late. Yeah.
So I got to tell everybody about this. Now, as of last night, so between Tuesday night and Friday night, we have 14 scheduled showings.
Yes.
14. And we already have 4 offers.
Right.
Can you believe that?
Crazy.
Now, this was a foreclosure flip with the owners in New York.
Yes.
And Angela and I coordinated all of the renovations. I mean, the place was a mess. It had stuff in it. But that's okay because we arranged to do everything. I mean, clean out, carpet removal, roof repairs, new carpeting, new painting, new appliances, plumbing work, appliance installation, new lighting, landscaping, power washing, holes in the walls. I bet our listeners didn't know that realtors do this. In fact, we had over 10 different vendors and contractors involved to do this. Bet you didn't know realtors do this. And you know what? Most don't. In fact, hardly any do. But Angela does. Howard does. Now, do we normally do this? No. This was a special occasion, a special situation. Yes. But we do it. Will we do it for you? No, not on a regular basis. But if it's a special situation and you're out of town, and we're going to tell you about another situation that occurred, a Week in Health segment at probably in the second segment of the show, that we really gave an idea to help someone that was underwater, that I think opened somebody's eyes on how to get rid of a property that nobody else can come up with a situation, but we did. And we'll tell you about that in the second segment of the show. And that's why we call ourselves the problem-solving realtors. So
we do think outside the box.
We do. We're not in a box, except right here in this very square room. And by the way, we want to welcome a new producer today, right? Because our regular producer, Alan, took a 2-week vacation. So Cody is here today. Welcome, Cody.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for helping us out for the next 2 weeks. So we're looking for you to do some great things for us.
I'm just looking to be the problem-solving producer.
There you go. We appreciate that. So if you have any questions today, call us. We do not have a contest today, but we are live. So a lot of the shows perhaps this weekend are pre-recorded or rebroadcast, but we are here live. The Van Wees are going to be live after the show. So call us with your questions, 904-222-8255. Angela, how was the real estate market this past week here in Northeast Florida? Tell us about that.
Well, Howard, according to the Northeast Florida Multiple Listing Service, this past week for homes and condominiums, 801 offers got accepted. Now, that's the same as it was last week. And 845 new homes came on the market, and that's up a little bit, 4% from the previous week. 157 of the 845 are already under contract, and 48 of those went under contract on the very first day. 712 of you actually closed on a home for yourself, and we say
congratulations.
Yeah, and that number was up 17% from the previous week. But come on, we're at the end of a month, so it's pretty normal.
Yeah,
for it to be up.
How about interest rates? What are they doing?
Well, we always give information about the interest rates, and this week they changed just a bit. The average 30-year rate fell 0.02% to 3.88%. Now, this time last year, it was 3.48%, so we're getting closer to where we were. The 15-year rate remains unchanged at 3.17%. Now, this time last year, it was 2.78%. The VA and the FHA 30-year rate rose 10 points to 3.75%.
They always lag the market.
They do lag, and they had dropped down, and so now it's coming back, so that's fine. 3.75 still cheap money.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, the 5-year adjustable rate mortgage, it's a great deal if you only plan on being in your home for 5 years or less. It rose 3/100ths to 3.17%. And last year it was 2.70.
Holy smoke. Interest rates are fabulous.
Yes, they are.
So it's time to buy.
Time to buy.
You know, you can still get into a house before the school year starts.
Yes.
Yeah, if you got all your ducks in a row.
Yep.
Meaning that you can get all your paperwork ready. There are lots of mortgage companies that can put you into a new house before the end of August.
Yeah.
And we can help you find that house because, you know, houses that look good and priced right, what happens, Angela?
They get multiple offers.
That's right.
What happens.
And we made that house look good, and it is priced right, and it is on the west side. And we're not even going to tell, well, I guess we'll tell people about it because We have not accepted, I should say the owner has not accepted an offer yet. We're going to tell people about it. Hey, stay with us, everybody. We got some interesting stuff coming up for the rest of the show, including highs and low sales. We'll be right back.
WBOB listeners, it's your realtor on the radio, Howard Vergalis of Watson Realty Corp. Angela and I don't just do the radio show. We are active realtors. When it's time to buy, we will interview you to determine your specific housing needs. Distance to work, style of home, school needs, distance to place of worship, kids' activities, lifestyles, number of bedrooms, budget, and so much more. In short, we do our very best to find you your perfect home. We won't waste your time showing you houses that don't fit your needs. Whether you're moving up, moving into your first home, or now an empty nester, you can trust us for the most important purchase of your life. It's what we do. It's what we'll do for you. Experience the Angela and Howard Team Advantage. Call us at 421-7950.
Is there something going wrong with your garage door or opener? My name is Peter, and I am the owner of Quality Door Service. And my basic garage door repair starts at just $125, and that includes parts. Included with your repair, I will instruct you about fire and safety, protection from hurricane and burglary, and maintenance on your garage door. Call me today at 588-4817. That's 588-4817. Angela and Howard did.
Are you buying a property being sold by HUD? As a buyer, you can select Watson Title Services of North Florida as your settlement agent. Avoid having to deal with out-of-town companies. And make sure you get the world-class customer service of Watson Title Services that Angela and Howard have come to expect. Call them at 461-3220 when you're looking at buying a HUD property to ensure your purchase goes through as smoothly as possible. That's 461-3220. Angela and Howard do.
There's finally a mortgage lender in Jacksonville that sees financing differently. With 20 years' experience, CMG Financial understands that the most important purchase in your life, your home, deserves the right mortgage. Tim McConnell at CMG Financial will work to customize the best financing option for you. Angela and I recommend CMG Financial to all our customers. Give Tim a call at 528-2103. That's 528-2103. CMG Financial is a registered trade name of CMG Mortgage, Inc., NMLS number 1820, and licensed as a mortgage lender servicer by the Office of Financial Regulation, number MLD 375, individual MLS number 181046.
This segment of Real Estate Radio with Angela and Howard is brought to you by CMG Financial. For answers to your North Florida real estate questions, call into the show at 222-TALK. That's 222-8255.
Welcome back, everybody. We are so excited to be here on this beautiful 4th of July weekend. We are here. We are live. If you want to call in and say hey, feel free to do that. If you want to call in and say happy 4th to your friends, feel free to do that. I don't care.
What's the number?
222-TALK to me. You have to call.
Okay, and area code is 904. Hey, we said at the beginning of the show that half the year is over.
Yep.
And when half the year is over, it means half the month's over. And when the month is over, one of the special...
What do you mean half the month is over?
I mean I'm sorry. It means that a month is over.
A month is over.
You said before that I needed coffee, but I don't drink coffee.
I know, but maybe today you should.
Well, it's month-end time, and one of the fun features here on Real Estate Radio are the high and low sales for the month. And as usual, a couple of unique ones. So let's talk about single-family homes first. There were 23 sales over $1 million in the metro area this past month. 23. Last month there were 21.
Yeah, I feel like the numbers are up.
Yeah, they are.
To say they were 12 to 17. So 21 to 23, there's a lot more people with money. That's a good thing.
So 9 of them were waterfront, 7 of them were cash.
Okay.
But the high one, this was one that surprised me again. $3,750,000. And it's all about location, location, location. Because as I looked at this house, I thought, there is absolutely nothing special about this house. Now, it is on the water. It's oceanfront. But, there are a lot of oceanfront homes. But this one was just blah.
Wow.
8-foot ceilings, and you'd think if you're going to spend something on the ocean, it's going to be really special. Now, it wasn't small. It was 4,300 square feet, but about 1,200 square feet was just a big Florida room. So it was built in 1938. It was old. It had 6 bedrooms, 6.5 baths, but the rooms were kind of small, and it didn't have a garage. How about that? I would not spend $3,750,000 without a garage. I'd wait for another.
Depends. No.
I'd wait for another home to come on the market with higher than 8-foot ceilings and get what I want. Well, maybe the people wanted this location. I
was
don't know.
fixing to say, Howard, it's all about location. So where was it?
Well, it was not Ponte Vedra Beach.
It should be San Marco.
No, it was Jack's Beach.
Oh, it was at the beach.
So I don't get it. I just don't get it. It was on a 90-foot lot. So nothing special. And it was a plain vanilla house.
Well, I don't know.
It wasn't fancy from the front. It wasn't fancy from the back. Had an old-looking pool with wood planking around it, so it had a wood deck.
Was it on the ocean?
Yeah, it was oceanfront.
Oh, well, duh, that's it.
And it was only on the market for 16 days. I guess just somebody wanted that particular location.
Well, if they don't like the house must be charming, even though you say it wasn't. It must be, because somebody would have knocked it down before now if it's 1938.
I don't know. I don't think it was that charming.
I know that I'm right.
$3,750,000, 16 days on the market, built in 1938. Now, if you didn't want to spend that much,
yes,
you wanted to take off a few zeros for $12,000.
Yes,
you could have bought an older house as well, built in 1927. It was a little bit smaller. It was 1,171 square feet. And it was, of course, a fixer-upper, 3-bedroom, 1 bath. And it must have been really bad because it was on the market for 262 days.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, it was a foreclosure, and it was really in bad shape.
And what side of town?
It was in the Paxson area.
Yeah.
So, but you could have bought it, fix it up, and maybe have it as a rental. Now, for condos, there were 3 of them that were over $1 million.
Okay.
I happen to know the owner of who bought the most expensive one.
Oh.
He was the president of the company that I used to work for when I was in the insurance business, but I'm not going to mention any names. Anyway, they were all oceanfront. 2 of them paid cash, and one did a 1031 exchange. Kind of interesting. A 1031 exchange is when you have an investment property and you want to sell that and invest the money in another one, so you don't have to pay the capital gains tax on it. Anyway, the high one was $1,850,000 for a condo. It was the penthouse of Costa Verano.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 4,000 square feet. 148 days on the market, the penthouse, and it was sold furnished. It was all redone in 2012. And now here was something interesting about it. You've heard of shiplap siding, right?
Of course.
Well, tell everybody what that is.
It's where they put the boards across. They're going horizontal.
And they overlap.
And you do it on the inside of your house.
Yeah, you do it on the inside. Well, even some of the ceilings were done in shiplap siding. How about that? The low price of a condo was actually kind of high this month, $30,600. And it was not a fixer-upper. It was 1,400 square feet, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. And here's how you know that it was a good price. It was only on the market for 7 days.
That's great.
Yeah, and it was in the Oaks in Arlington.
How about that?
Paid cash. How about that?
That's wonderful.
So, there are lots of investment condos. Every month, usually the condo that sells as the lowest one is usually one that's in good shape, and it's usually around $30,000 or less.
That's a good buy.
We can help you find them.
We can.
You just call us.
Yeah.
421-7950.
Yes.
Or
that's our after the show number.
Yeah, that goes automatically to Angela. But if you want to call Angela on her cell phone, it's 465-3845.
Or you could
Okay.
call Howard at 687-8161.
That's right. We work every day from like 7 to 10 at night.
Pretty much.
So I'm going to repeat our numbers. There are private cell phone numbers. We really answer them. Somebody called us once and said, "That's really you? You answer your own phone?" Of course we answer our own phone. So mine's 687-8161, and Angela's is 465-3845. Now I want to tell you a little story about a section that we entitle "We Can Help." These are questions that come from our listeners and customers that we thought we would share with you from time to time. So here is one. I had a conversation with a lady this week. In fact, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. And she had a rental property valued around $100,000, and the last tenant had trashed it. And in fact, this was listed, and the listing had expired. And I'm really not sure why this realtor had listed this property, because there's no way that this thing could have been sold. Now, it needed a new roof. She had a mortgage on the property, and she was current on the payments. She didn't have enough money to fix it up to make it rentable again, and she couldn't qualify for a loan for repairs or for the new roof. Now, as I said, she had it listed with a realtor, but she could not sell it. She was basically underwater,
Right.
meaning that she owed more on it than what it could sell for. So why put it on the market? I don't know. Now, she did have offers from several flipper investors. A flipper is someone that's going to buy it, fix it up, and resell it. Now, they made offers for much less than what she owed on the mortgage, and now that listing had expired. So she wanted to know, because she, I guess she heard of us and said, what could she do? Because this is a quandary. It needed lots of work to fix it up. New work. She had a detached garage. That needed a new roof. And it needed, as she put it, about $8,000 worth of work just to make it rentable. And, of course, to make it, saleable to nice, it needed more work than that. So what could she do?
Well, Howard and I
You got an answer, Angela?
I do, of course.
Okay. What is it?
So Howard and I always like to think of ourselves as the problem-solving realtors, and this lady really does have a problem. So certainly her rental property could sell for a lot more money if it was fixed up, but she didn't have the money. So obviously the house was desirable to multiple flippers because they made offers to her. So why not match a seller to a flipper in a unique way? A house flipper usually has to spend money to buy a house and then spend money to fix up the house.
Of course.
Now, how about a creative partnership? Allow the flipper to fix up the house with his money. Howard and I list the house and talk about the great renovations that are done right here on our radio show.
So she keeps the house in her name, find a flipper that's willing to use his money to fix it up.
Yep.
We list the house, we advertise it on the show, and then they split the profits.
Yes.
So he spends less money to fix up a house. He doesn't have to spend money to buy it. She could actually then make money on the house rather than have a house that she can't do anything with.
Right.
The the flipper gets an advantage because he gets to flip a house without having to spend the money to buy the house.
Yep. So if you're a flipper and you're listening and this sounds interesting to you, call us and we're going to hook this whole thing up.
Yeah, this is great. So all he has to do is spend the money, probably $10,000, $15,000 to fix it up, plus the roof.
Yeah.
You just have to make a contract between the two of them that the house gets sold and you split the profit. Of course, he has to do his due diligence to find out how much she owes and figure out how much the house is worth after it's fixed up. But this is a win-win situation. Not only is it a win-win for the seller and the buyer, it's also a win-win situation for probably the first-time home buyer that can get a fixed-up house. Everybody wins. That's why we call ourselves the problem-solving realtors. Hey, stay with us, everybody. We got a really interesting segment coming up in the next part of the show, which is why your house isn't selling. We got lots of reasons, and we're going to tell you about them. So stay with us, everybody. We're having fun. We will be right back.
Ed Dean, Mike Gallagher, Dennis Prager, The Savage Nation, Mark Levin, Laura Ingram, WBOB, AM 600 and FM 101.1. The Answer.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Little Rock police say they're investigating a shooting at an Arkansas nightclub that left at least 17 people injured. They said via Twitter it appears that this was related to a dispute that broke out at a concert inside the building, has no connection to terrorism, at least that's their feeling at this point. Dr. Henry Bellows' colleagues at Bronx Lebanon Hospital say he was trouble from the start. They say he was an aggressive and threatening man. When the 45-year-old resigned in lieu of being fired in 2015 over sexual harassment charges, he lashed out. Yesterday, he returned to his former workplace with an assault rifle tucked under his white lab coat and opened fire, killing one doctor, critically wounding 6 other people before law enforcement officials say he apparently took his own life. On Wall Street, the Dow Friday was up 63 points. The NASDAQ was down by 4. More on these stories at srnnews.com.
My story includes multiple physical and emotional affairs.
Every day, men struggle with sexual integrity. Impure thoughts, strip clubs, pornography.
My wife found out that I had betrayed her. She insisted that I would go to the Everyman's Battle.
Find hope today at New Life's Everyman's Battle Workshop.
There's just something about the way that you meet in a large group, and then whenever you get into the smaller breakout groups, and the sharing and the information that is given there is just something that I've never experienced before.
Now the workshop is coming to Jacksonville July 14th through the 16th. Call 1-800-NEW-LIFE. That's 1-800-639-5433 or online at newlife.com.
This was the first time in my life that I ever felt comfortable in sharing the real me with other men. In my mind, it is one of the most critical things that a guy can do in his recovery.
1-800-NEW-LIFE.
Don't stress over a leaky or damaged roof. Just call Perkins Express Roofing. Perkins Express Roofing is available 24/7. If you've had damage from a storm or accident, there's a good chance insurance will cover it, and Perkins Express Roofing will do all of the paperwork for you. If you're remodeling, renovating, or building a new home or building, let Perkins Express Roofing's parent company, MCM Builders, do a free estimate and show you how much they can save you. From a leak to a whole roof, Perkins Express Roofing is locally owned and operated and totally licensed and insured. Your roof is one of the most important parts of your home. Trust the professionals at Perkins Express Roofing. Call 904-525-2277 or 626-2860. Currently hiring sales reps. Equal opportunity employer. Perkins Express Roofing says we keep you covered. 525-2277 or 626-2860. State license number CCC 1330452.
Tuesday, July 4th. Get ready to put some pop into your celebration. July 4th at 8 p.m. WBOB, AM 600 and FM 101.1. The Answer brings you the Boston Pops Fireworks Celebration. Live from the DCR Hatch Shell on the Esplanade in Boston. Bloomberg's Alex Steele, Carol Masser, and Matt Miller will be your hosts for this 3-hour event as the Boston Pops celebrate our nation's birthday. Round out your 4th of July celebration by enjoying the music of the Boston Pops. Tuesday, July 4th at 8 p.m. on WBOB, AM 600 and FM 101.1. The Answer. Stuck in traffic? WBOB has The Answer.
You're still going to see the effects of a crash on I-10 West beyond Cecil Commerce, but other than that, all roadways in the city and surrounding areas seem to be clear. If you see anything out there, please give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. As far as weather goes, 75 degrees. Expect thunderstorms between 1 and 4 p.m. today. You're listening to WBOB. The Answer.
Let's return to Real Estate Radio with Angela and Howard. For answers to your North Florida real estate questions, call into the show at 222-TALK. That's 222-8255.
Welcome back, everybody. How exciting it is to be here on this gorgeous Saturday and this 4th of July weekend. And, man, we're just sort of having fun during the break.
What do you mean, sort of? What's this sort of stuff?
Well, you know, you were kind of telling me you didn't like what I did, so wasn't that fun?
Oh, me, oh my.
Luckily, our problem-solving producer from the other room came in and broke up the fight, so, you know, it's okay.
Really? You
Yeah.
think there was a fight here? I'll show you a fight, lady.
Okay.
Hey, we are having fun.
Careful who you pick on's all I can say.
By the way, you said that it is a gorgeous day outside, but while I was looking
beautiful.
at the TV this morning before I came in, I listened to the weather, and they said, although it's going to be, in the lower 90s, it's going to feel like it's 105 today because of the humidity.
It's like being in a sauna.
I'm telling everyone, dress accordingly today.
Yes. Cool.
Shorts and short sleeves and light materials are preferred.
Yes.
Okay. But don't get burned. So.
Oh, yeah. Sunscreen's good for today.
Yeah. Hey, if your house is on the market, you may not know why your house isn't selling. So we thought we'd do a little segment on why your house isn't selling. So we've got a bunch of different reasons. So I'm going to start out with number one. You overpriced it from the start.
That's a problem.
Like if you did a bunch of updates to your home and you want to include them in the price, you can't do that. You did those updates for your own enjoyment. So if you put in a pool and you put in a new kitchen and you put in a bathroom and you think, well, I spent $60,000 over the past 5 years, you can't charge $60,000 to get all that money back. You did all those things for yourself. You have to price a house at what the competitive homes are selling for. And just because you updated it, maybe those things needed to be updated to be in comparison to what other homes are selling for. So you may have missed the big bang of a new listing and you may be willing to come down later, but you've got to price it right from the start. Listen to your realtor. Now, if your realtor says, well, we can price it high and come down later, that's the wrong message from your realtor.
Well, it is. It's better to price it right in the beginning, kind of hit the sweet spot.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All
Anyway.
right, number two. You got one now?
Yeah. What if it's a bad listing?
What does that mean?
Well, like when people look on the internet, because that's where they start first before they ever even call their realtor. They're looking on the internet. So what are they looking at, Howard?
Photos.
Right? So if the photos are bad, meaning not of a good quality, like you didn't hire a professional photographer, they're not going to compare well to the other ones who did.
Or not enough of them.
Or, if there's not enough of them, that's a problem as well. And then, what if you don't know what room you're looking at? Let's say you're looking at an empty room. How do you know what room it is? Is it the master bedroom? Is it a secondary bedroom? There needs to be some description about those photos and what they are.
When I see a room and I can't tell what it is, I'm thinking that's a bad realtor who didn't spend enough time to say in the description what room that is.
Yeah. Bad, is bad the word? Maybe lazy. I don't think all
Could be.
realtors are created equal. It's like any other profession you go into. We're not all created equal. It's good in a listing to advertise if you have any updates, if there's a fence or if there's not. Are there high ceilings? Is it a gated community? Do you have a heated pool? Are you priced below the comps? Are there big closets? Those don't photograph well, do they?
Sometimes you don't photograph closets at all. But I sure would like to know if I'm looking at a listing whether or not they're walk-in closets or not. So if you have them, tell people about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or if you have new appliances, anything that's going to get a buyer's attention, it needs to be in the MLS. It can't be a secret or no one will come.
There you go. How about if you refuse to negotiate, if you are stuck on your price?
That happens every now and again, doesn't it?
If your listing says pricing is firm, what you're telling people is that that
not easy to work with.
You're not easy to work with. And let's say your price is $100,000 and you say firm. So if somebody comes and offers you $99,000, you're going to really say no? Really? You're not going to take $99,000? Or you're not going to counter at $99,500? Whatever. Never be absolutely firm on that particular negotiation. It says you're not willing to negotiate. All right, what's the next one, Angela?
When people say that they're selling as is, making no repairs, oh my gosh, that is such a red flag. It's a huge turnoff to the buyers. They're thinking, oh, there must be something really wrong with the house. Really? You wouldn't fix the broken garage door opener if someone offered you full price on your $200,000 home?
Yeah. Well, hey, we got a caller.
I thought I saw a call.
Yeah, we've got Sharon on the line. Good morning, Sharon.
Good morning. I wanted to wish both. I listen to your show every week, and I enjoy it.
Thank you.
And I wanted to wish you and Angela a happy and safe 4th of July.
Well, bless you, and same to you.
Thank you so much.
Well,
and
thank you.
Take care now.
Well, thank you for calling.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Well, how
Bye-bye.
nice.
Well, okay, so now I love that, and I want more people to call in and say Happy 4th.
All right.
Yes.
Well, we're
I
glad
love it.
that Sharon is a longtime listener and she
Yes.
enjoys the show.
It's wonderful.
Thank you so much for calling, Sharon. That was really sweet of you.
Yes.
All right, the next one. Your home isn't spotless. Is the grout in the tile floors and bathroom tubs and showers sparkling white? When people come in and see that, they think, oh, man, I don't want to go in there and take a shower in that house. That's somebody else's dirt. So make sure those things, same thing for the toilets. If you don't scrub those toilets when somebody comes in, because a lot of people leave the toilet seat up. When you're showing your house, have the toilet seat cover down. So even if your toilet isn't clean, at least people won't see it. Okay?
Yeah, that's weird advice. Just clean your toilet. Don't
clean it.
Hide it. Clean it. You know, it's kitchens and bathrooms that sell houses. It just is. So make them clean.
All right, next one. Yard is overgrown. Make sure you edge the lawn, trim the bushes and trees that are overhanging the house. What's next, Angela?
Make sure that the house is not too cluttered.
Oh,
that's
my.
a huge one. It's huge.
And it's not only in person, it's in the pictures as well.
Well, because when it shows in the pictures, people aren't coming to look because they just get turned off by it.
Yeah, also if the house is too personalized, you got to neutralize the colors and make it so the buyer can feel as if it could be their home.
Yes. You know what's interesting that we're seeing a lot today is that the picture, there's a lot of family photos, and they're so cute. They're so cute. A lot of them are like of kids, and they're on these big canvases, and it's hard to tell people to take them down. They don't want to.
You don't want to?
No.
Okay. And are there too many needed repairs that are evident? You know, you're going to have to fix them after the contract. So fix them before, because somebody may not make an offer if there are too many repairs that are needed. And clean that carpet.
Oh, man.
Now, here's one that you don't notice about your own home. You don't know if your own house smells because you're used to the smell of your own house.
True.
So ask your realtor.
Yeah.
And ask your realtor to be totally honest and say, does my house smell? Whether it is cooking odors, dog odors, cat odors, or just any other kind of odor. Because if your house smells, it's going to turn off a buyer. Yes. The biggest odor, of course, is smoking odor. Because we have had many people that go into a house and say, this house smells of smoke. They turn around and...
Oh, they don't even get in the house.
Yeah, they walk in
get, like,
and
in the
walk
foyer and
right
walk
out.
Yes. So are you making your house accessible to show? You know, you got to have it available. You can't say no every time someone calls for an appointment.
Well, not only that, does the listing on the multiple listing service say, I need 24 hours notice?
Yeah, that's not good.
Do you really need 24 hours notice? You might say prefer 24 hours notice, but don't say must have 24 hours notice. Because there are outer town buyers that are coming in and, some people can only look at a certain time. And if you need 24 hours, that's just not going to work. And is your house currently priced right? You may have priced it right at the beginning, but now it's 2 months later, it hasn't sold. Prices may have changed in the last 2 months. So is it currently priced right? Number 14, did you choose the right realtor? Are they marketing it right? Are they holding open houses? Do you even have a realtor? if you don't have a realtor, you should, because they can market it better than you can.
Yeah, think.
Particularly if it's been on the market a while and you haven't sold it. We're going to come back with a little bit better discussion on this when we get right back. So stay with us, everybody. Good morning, WBOB listeners. It's your Realtor on the Radio, Howard Vergalis of Watson Realty Corp. Angela and I want to thank you for tuning in with us for our 5th year now. It's been such a great pleasure to be on the radio with you, giving you advice on buying and selling, as well as answering your questions on the air. Thank you so much for the trust that you have in us as professional, experienced realtors with over 20 years of combined experience. We want you to know that when it's time to sell your home, we want to be your realtor. We will focus on your home, your family, and your time frame. Our team will customize a marketing plan to give you the best exposure to get you the best price and have the best selling experience possible. Whether it's a condo or a house, a short sale or a regular sale, a $200,000 home or a mansion, you will get the same great service. Call us at 421-7950 and join the multitudes of others that have experienced the Angela and Howard Team Advantage. One of the most critical parts of buying or selling your home is the very last process. That's the closing process. Angela and I recommend Watson Title Services. They have the experience to handle any issue that can come up, and there is never an upfront fee to the seller. Whether you are using a realtor with the sale of your home or not, always ask for Watson Title Service to handle your closing. We do. Call them at 461-3220. That's Watson Title Services. There's finally a mortgage lender in Jacksonville that sees financing differently. With 20 years' experience, CMG Financial understands that the most important purchase in your life, your home, deserves the right mortgage. Tim McConnell at CMG Financial will work to customize the best financing option for you. Angela and I recommend CMG Financial to all our customers. Give Tim a call at 528-2103. That's 528-2103. CMG Financial is a registered trade name of CMG Mortgage, Inc., NMLS number 1820, and licensed as a mortgage lender servicer by the Office of Financial Regulation, number MLD 375, individual MLS number 181046.
Angela Walker and Howard Vergalis of Watson Realty Corp. not only come to you every Saturday morning, but they would also like to work with you when you need them the most. That is, when you need to buy or sell a home. They pride themselves in giving you their very best effort every day and in every way. There are many realtors in the First Coast to choose from. Let them show you the Howard and Angela Team Advantage. Call them at 421-7950 or email them at realestateradio@yahoo.com. This segment of Real Estate Radio with Angela and Howard is brought to you by Watson Title Services of Northeast Florida. For answers to your North Florida real estate questions, call into the show at 222-TALK. That's 222-8255.
Welcome back, everybody. So excited. This is a beautiful day. It's a beautiful weekend. Everybody needs to enjoy it as much as they can. We're in our last segment. We want to talk a little bit more about what we were talking about before, about advertising homes and what the buyer sees.
Yeah, why your house didn't sell. You know, it brings us to a whole new discussion. At the beginning of the show, you probably heard us say that we talk about ourselves as the problem-solving realtors. We say this not just to answer your questions on the radio, but to actually assist you in solving your real estate problems, not just to complete the sale after the house is under contract, but also to get your house sold when you haven't been able to get it sold with another realtor. It would probably not surprise you to learn that Angela and I are successful realtors, but it might surprise you to learn that over half of our successfully sold listed homes were previously unsold homes previously listed with another realtor.
That's right.
How about that? That's right. Another realtor had tried unsuccessfully to sell that very same home, and that listing had now expired. Angela and I have this knack for looking at the problems, looking at the photos, the number of photos, the quality of the photos, what is and isn't shown in the photos, whether there is annotation of the photos. And what we mean by that is not only to say, okay, this is the master bedroom or this is the den, whatever, but also to write something about that particular room. This room, imagine yourself sipping wine in the master bedroom sitting area or anything like that. The overall marketing that was done when we look at a listing, the pricing, the description of the property, all the items shown in the multiple listing service and not shown in the multiple listing service, the ease of the showing. We look at everything about that listing, whether there was a realtor caravan or not. In addition, we see if the actual house agrees with the photos. That's an interesting one. Yep. We use our sense of smell when we go to the house. We talk about the actual feedback with the homeowner that was given on previous showings. There are a lot of things that we do.
You know, often we can tell within just a few minutes what needs to be done to sell the house. There's a few simple goals that we put into play. So, one, since we know that most buyers look on their computers on the internet at prospective houses to buy, we know we have to create the best visual and descriptive presence of the home. The best photos, all annotated with the best descriptions of the home. And get this out to the most people through the best marketing, including open houses. This will cause the most people to want to come and see the house in person. Also, once people come to the home, have it look the best it possibly can and be better than they expected. Have it smell good, with the lights on, shades open, and everything looking perfect inside and out. Additionally, price it fairly from the start. If you do these three things from the very start, you will accomplish something that's become a very famous movie line.
You know what that movie line is? They're going to make them an offer that they can't refuse.
Oh, you're so funny.
Well, no, seriously, if you make a house look good and you price it right, they're going to make an offer. It's just like what happened with this house that we did this flip on. We made it look good. The pictures look good. They were annotated. We priced it right. And from Tuesday to Friday, 14 showings. We got offers. 4 offers. Yep. In other words, they're going to be buying not buying somebody else's house. They're going to be buying yours. If your house, by the way, if your house is listed with a realtor and isn't selling, then ask yourself all of these questions that we've talked about. By the way, this is not an attempt for us to solicit your business if your house is already listed. So,
yeah, if you're with a different realtor, we're not trying to sway you away. We're giving you pointers that you can do to get your house sold.
Yeah.
If you're not currently with a realtor, call us and we'll sell your house.
Yeah, if your listing is expired, however, don't give up and try to sell it on your own. Give us a call. And again, Angela's phone number, this is her cell phone number, 465-3845. She will love to talk to you, or I will love to talk to you. 687-8161. We will be happy to talk to you even on this holiday weekend because we will be working on this hot weekend. Speaking of hot,
I love that music.
It is time for our hot deal of the day. By the way, even though we have 4 offers already, the sellers of this house have instructed us to continue to show it until Monday. So we're going to tell you about this house. It is on the west side
It's in the Oaks at Oakleaf Plantation. So it's really beautiful. That whole neighborhood is full of beautiful houses. This is a big 2-story, red brick, 3,100
square feet, 3-car garage, and
5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms.
Yeah.
With an open loft upstairs. It's got vaulted ceilings. It's gorgeous.
It really is. It has brand new appliances. It has new carpet. It's all been painted.
Agreeable gray.
Yeah, that's the name of the paint. Strange color.
No, it's a cool
Not
color.
Strange color.
It goes
strange
with tans
name.
and it goes with gray. So it's agreeable gray. Love it.
I mean, the house really, really looks good.
Yeah.
You and I did a great job at kind of coordinating all of the 10-plus vendors and contractors to really make it look fantastic. And it is really, really priced at a low cost per square foot. It's $300,000. And that's why people made offers on this. So if you want to see it, there's not an open house, But if you want to see it, give us a call and we will take you to see it. But you have to be prepared to make an offer because we already got 4 of them. So
yeah, you'd have to make a good offer.
Yes.
But I also want to say it's 4th of July weekend. We're not doing any open houses just because traditionally people are at the beach and they're having fun. They're doing their thing. But there are some people who need to still buy a house because they're off work. So we are working, but we're not holding open houses.
Yeah, we want to tell you about a couple of other ones because there's one that has been staged.
So excited about this house. This is the house in Eagle Harbor, and it's been partially with furniture in it and stuff, but now it's got professional staging, and it's gorgeous. So if you thought about this house before but didn't go see it, you got to see it now because it's amazing. It's in Daniels Landing. It's $499,900, and it's 4,000 square feet. It's 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. It's just beautiful. Custom built by Rosewood. Just a beautiful, beautiful home. The community has its own dock. If you have a boat, it's got a 26-foot bay in the garage. It's an awesome house. It's super, super sweet.
Yeah. And I'm surprised this other one is sold and has not sold. It actually has a hot tub that is in the ground, not in the ground, in the floor of the sunroom. Yeah. Now, it's not good perhaps for someone that has little kids, but if you're perhaps an older couple, it might be perfect for you because you can walk out of the family room, living room, or out of your bedroom at night and just go soak in that hot tub. It's on Village Way in Orange Park, just off of Kingsley, an all brick home. Just, the way the homes were built back in the 80s, this is that type of home. Large rooms, 2,300 square feet, cathedral ceiling in the family room, stone fireplace with a blower in the fireplace, French doors. 1684 Village Way was reduced a couple of weeks ago to $225,500. The HOA is voluntary, $75 a year. So we'll be happy to show you that one after the show.
Yes, and there's 2 more that we have listed that I want to tell you about. One is in Ironwood. The address is 8271 Hedgewood Drive. Ironwood is a gated community off Gate Parkway. It's 3,071 square feet. 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, plus an office, plus a bonus room. So it is perfect. It has every single room you need. Come out, buy that house. It's got a community pool. It's got a nice big backyard, too. Additionally, 100 La Mesa in Palencia.
Palencia, beautiful,
yes, I love
beautiful.
Palencia. Guard-gated community, 4,298 square feet. David Weekly floor plan. 4 bedrooms, plus a bonus room, plus an office. So,
oh my gosh, we got lots of things going on.
Yes.
Call us. We'll be happy to show you any of those. The Van Wees are here talking about financial stuff for this week. They are live again, just like we are. I want to tell everyone to have what's most important for this weekend is to absolutely be safe with all of the fireworks. Hey, you need a professional on your side. That's Angela. That's Howard. We're here for you this weekend and every weekend, every day of the week. Call us after the show if you need us. Again, I'll give you the one number that's for both of us, 421-7950. Have a great Independence Day, everyone. God bless everybody. We'll be back with you next week.